for a second. My name is Brian, and today I'm going to continue on with my 20 by 6 for 2026 solo challenge with the game Harmonies. So go ahead and join me at the table. Let's get started. Okay, we are all set up here. So if you've not soloed this game, it is a little different than multiplayer, not a lot. You are playing with this side of the board. So instead of 5 choices, we are going to have 3 choices every round. And then the ones you don't pick actually go out of the game. So that's also kind of your timer. The game will end the same way that it ends in a normal game. If I've only got 2 spaces unfilled, that triggers the end of the game. Or when we don't have any more choices, I think it's like 20 rounds, something like that. We are also attempting to get obviously a high score, but in the solo mode, there's also these suns that you get, and we'll go over that here at the end. But the suns are just kind of another way to determine how well you did. Basically, you're trying to get high score, but if you use this side of the board, it must be harder because it gives you one of those suns. And if you use one of the spirits, which I think we're going to, you either get 0 or 1 suns, depending on the type of spirit it is. So let's go ahead and choose a spirit, and we'll get going here. All right, you get to look at 2. I kind of like the mountain one. We'll go with the little mountain goat. So we'll put our mountain goat out here, and then it gets the little white cube, and we need to get that pattern here on our board to unlock that card for endgame scoring, just like any other card. So, all right, let's go ahead and get moving. If you've not played this game before, basically what you're trying to do, it's kind of like a mixture of Cascadia and Azul a little bit. Similar weight too, so which is, I don't know, medium weight, light to medium weight. But you're basically drafting those things or choosing those things and putting them on your board, and they're all going to score in different ways. The rivers are going to kind of score like salmon and Cascadia. You want them going to be, or the water, you want them to be kind of a river space. The pink red spaces are cities. You need those 2 high, and then they will only score you 5 points if they are surrounded by 3 different colors. The yellow are plains, I think, or something like that. Those will score you 5 points, but there has to be 2 of them next to one another. If there's more than 2, it'll still only score you 5 points. The brown, these don't score you any points, but they lead to trees. So you can stack 1 or 2 of those high and then put a green on top, and those will be trees. And then gray, which is also not out there, which is what we want. Gray are mountains, and they will score. They have to be at least adjacent to one other mountain space, and they will score depending on how high you get them, up to 3. So, and then these cards will also score you points based on the particular patterns that we see out there, which so far, if we're being honest, doesn't look great for us. This guy kind of gets you bonus points. For instance, at the end of the game, for every mountain, assuming I unlock our mountain goat here, for every mountain that I have that is 2 or 3 tall, it's going to get you 4 bonus points. Well, the 2 or 3 tall mountains also are going to get you points themselves. So we really want to get as many mountains as possible. Okay. Well, none of those cards look appealing to what we have out there. So I think we are going to go ahead and just take these 3. And I don't really know where I want to start them. So let's just go ahead and we'll put the river here, and then we'll just start a tree. And we're going to put both of these on top of one another, kind of up here in the corner. And then I'm going to hope I see more mountains, and then I'm going to take this card. So every card has a couple of squares there, or then going to put cubes on top of there. And then the first and second time, this one only has 2, but you'll see this one has 5 spots for cubes. So when we get this pattern, we're going to put one of those cubes on the green, and that covers that. Once there's a cube on top of something, you can't do anything else to it. So like I said, we're hoping to get more mountains. So all of these are going to go out of the game. All right. Bring me some mountains. Okay, there's 2 mountains. That's pretty good. I like that. Okay. Yeah, we're definitely going to take the 2 mountains and the shrub, I guess. It's technically a shrub when it is only 1. So we'll put that, we'll bury that here, and then we will put, we just might as well just do this. That way I know what's going there. Working our, oh, I forgot to replace the card here. Working our way towards that card. So then these are going to go away. Now we can select a card if we want. If you do not, in a solo game, you can discard one of the 3 that are on offer. I feel like this one might not be bad. We already have a water. We're going to take it. You don't have to do them. There's no penalty for not doing them other than it's taking up a spot in your card row. You can only have 4 cards up here. So I'll pause, pointing to where they can go. So that's really the only negative of taking one and not being able to do it, which we need some cubes over here. There we go. Come on, there we go. Okay. Well, we definitely are going to get a mountain, which is good because we want mountains. And I mean, since we took this, I guess let's go ahead and do this. So we'll put this there. We're going to put this here. And then we'll stack, whoops, we'll stack this mountain on top of one of those. Again, in an effort to do both of those kind of at the same time. Because if we do this one first, that'll put the cube there. And then we can take one of these to 3 after that because it doesn't cover either of these spots. So we just need to complete this one first and then we can do that one basically. Okay. Card. I don't think I like any of those cards. So we are going to just, let's discard this one. And we'll bring out, okay, that's not terrible, except we want our mountains to be taller than just 1, which is what that's showing. Okay. Let's see. Again, I think we need to take the mountains when there's a chance to. So I think we're going to do that. This looks like a fun play here. So we're going to put this mountain here. We're going to put this. It's technically a shrub when it's only 1 tall. And then when it's 2 tall like that, it's a tree. I think it's a bush or just a smaller tree when there's only 1. I'm not sure. But if you look here, we did this and we can put that there. We did this and we can put that there. And now the next mountain we get, we can just make one of these 2s a 3 and it'll also take care of that one. So this actually just goes to the side. This is a scoring card here. This goes over to the side and we now have that spot back where we can get more cards. And again, these will go away. Let's see on those cards. Yeah, the problem, if you keep it short like this, only have the ones that are 1 tall, they don't score you a lot of points. So the cards really have to be worth it. I don't like either of these here that take 5 to be worth max points. So we are going to discard that card. Not take 1 this turn and see if we can maybe get a better one next round. That's a maybe. Yeah. All right. Okay. Let's see. So if we take the 2 wood and the 1 plains, we can do this one once. And then for the wood, we could potentially set that up. I'm not mad at that. Let's give that a shot. We are leaving that mountain out there, but hopefully we'll see another mountain. So we're going to put this here. That pattern matches this pattern. So that'll go there. And then I'm going to take this card. So I kind of want to use that there. So we'll put those 2 there. And now we need 2 greens on top of there. We'll take this card at the end of our turn, replace it, and then we'll get some new tokens. Now this one plays pretty quickly and it's, it's puzzly. I really like it. I've been playing it on Board Game Arena as well. It's on there, and you can solo it on Board Game Arena. Okay, there's some water. I don't know. I definitely don't want 2 water. I'm thinking, let's go with this one. So we will put this 3. Is there a reason to have a 3 anywhere besides this? No. But we're going to put it here. These, by the way, can be turned, the patterns. It doesn't have to be exactly how it looks. It can be rotated. So in this case, we have done this. So that will go up there. We've completed our spirit. And then let's go ahead and start with that. And let's go ahead. Well, if we do that there, it prevents us from being able to do that. We could still go here, though. I kind of locked myself in there with that water. And only two water cubes is only 2 points. Yikes. But if I put it here, then I can't. I would have to do it. I could do 3 there. Okay, we'll put it there, and then we need 3 more yellow here and 1 more water there, basically, to completely do that one. This one has been completed. No, it hasn't. I just got it. I didn't put my things on there. There we go. Okay, do we want any of those? I don't think so. We kind of have plans. I have plans for the water already. And I don't want just 1 mountains. So let's go ahead and just get rid of this one. Hope for something better here. Nope. Okay, go ahead and grab these. Get rid of them. Whoops. Come back, trees. Okay, I'm liking those mountains. Okay, I think it's got to be mountains, because again, our spirit here is going to get us 4 bonus points for every 2 or 3 high mountain. And let's see here. So yeah, we're going to take those. In final scoring, a mountain that is 3 high is worth 7. A mountain that is 2 high is worth 3. So we are going to make, this one 3 high, and then we'll start another one here right next to it. And then with this tree, we're hoping to get a yellow to put here. So if we put this here, and we get a yellow and a couple more green, we can trigger that for its second time. So I think we'll do that. These will go away. Also, my normal caveat with any game that I play, I'm not good at it. I'm not claiming to be good at it. Just having some fun trying to play some of my solo games here. I still don't like any of those cards. Let's get rid of this one. None of those are doing anything that I'm attempting to do. Okay. Maybe. That's a maybe. All right. I'm not a huge fan of the cities, the red ones. They only score you 5 points. They have to be too tall, but the bottom tile can be either red, a mountain, or wood, which is kind of nice. But they don't score you a lot of points. Okay, so I do need. I feel like this is a good one here. We're going to put our yellow there. We're going to put this there, I think. No, here. And then this mountain we'll put on there. Yep, I like it. All right. I don't think I want any more water. The water has to be continuous. And you can't, I mean, you can have multiple runs of water, but like I can't put one here because I don't think it scores then. it can't have it only has to have water on one other side. So I don't want that water. I don't really want, I guess this one, I don't really want the city. So we'll put the mountain here. That'll get us another 3 mountain. We'll put this here, which will do this. I want to leave that open for another mountain. Yeah. I think we're just going to, I want to leave those open for green. I think just there. I am not liking what's happening right now, if I'm being honest. All right. I no longer not like any of those cards. So let's get rid of this one. Okay. That one's a maybe. I mean, I've completely avoided cities, but I have the 3 wood here, or the 3 high tree here. So if I can get 2 cities right in there, I can at least get 2 of those done. But we'll have to see. We're getting close to the board filling up. I have 5 empty spots left. And again, once you're down to 2 or less at the end of your turn, that triggers the end of the game. Okay. I need 1 more yellow. But I don't need any more water, which is unfortunate. Yikes. Oh well, I don't think we're going to do this, I guess. We're going to put the yellow here. I think this is going to be the end of the game. No. This has to go somewhere. We'll go there, just in case. Because if I put it here, those would no longer score because they're adjacent to too many other yellow or blue. And then the game is over if I put this anywhere except on top of one of those 3. This does complete this. So we'll go ahead and grab that. It's going to be a very bad showing, as usual, I think, for a lot of these solo plays I've been doing. This wants to be next to 3 different colors, basically. So I think we are going to go ahead and just throw it here. So I have 3 empty spots left, so that does not end the game. More than likely, this next turn will. Do I want a card? Yeah. It's unlikely that I'll get any of this, but again, there's no real reason not to take one other than it takes up one of your spots. Oh no, that would have been nice. I could have scored, yeah, could score that one immediately. So if this somehow isn't my last turn, actually, I guess I could technically grab it at the end of this turn, even if it does end the turn. Okay. So, mountain, yeah, but unfortunately just 1. I think I take these. And if we put this here, that'll do this. Yeah. And then the water, it doesn't super matter where the water goes. It's going to be next to that one because it'll be 2 points in that case. So we'll put it here. And then it doesn't really matter where this goes because it's not going to be worth any points. So we will just put it there just to fill up more of my board. I will take this card as part of my last turn, which does mean I can immediately, though, score this one because we've got the 3 tall next to that one. And there wasn't a cube on there yet. Okay. That's the end of the game. So we're going to go ahead and score. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to score here on the left-hand side, you score all of the different terrain types. And then on the right-hand side, you score your cards. So for instance, here we've got our, I'm just going to call them forests. So we've got 1 and 2, because those are just 1 tall. These are each worth 3, so that's 6, which gives us 8 total. And then this guy here is 7, so that'll get us 15 points in forests. The mountains are worth 7 if they're 3 high. I have 3 that are 3 high, so that'll be 21. These guys are going to be worth 5 each, because again, you need 2 or more of them next to one another to be worth 5, so that'll be 10. This little town here will score. It is next to 4 different colors, so that guy is worth 5. It is a terribly drawn 5. There we are. And then our water, a chain of 2 is worth 2 points, and a chain of 4 is worth 8 points. So that will be 10 points for our water. So we've got 15, it's 30, 40. We have 61 points on our board. Now, cards here, these are worth whatever the lowest number is that's uncovered. So 5 and 5 there, those I'm just going to mark down as 10. And then these guys, we've got 11 and 16, so I'm just going to put those down as 27. And then our special one is going to give us a bonus 12 points for the mountains. So that is 49. So that is 110 points. But if you look in the back of the rule book, for the solo game, you're trying to earn these little, what do they call them? Suns. So for this side of the board, we get 1 sun. For this type of spirit, we don't get any. It's this type of spirit over here, which is kind of confusing in the book. They really should have labeled those better. And then for 116 points, or I'm sorry, 110 points, we get 4. So 110 points, 5 suns is our score, which again, I guess I understand why they did that. There must be certain combos that are just better. If you don't use a spirit at all, you get 2 suns. So, but for me, I've never minded beat your own score games. So the whole sun thing just kind of seems a little bit unnecessary, but I get it. But yeah, that's Harmonies. Pretty fun little solo puzzle, pretty quick. Relatively easy to set up and tear down. You just, I mean, when you're tearing it down too, even the player board fits right into this thing, so you can slide those in there real nice and easily. So yeah, really good production on this one and a fun puzzle game. So hopefully you enjoyed yourself. I know I did. Thanks for joining me, and we'll catch you next time.